I hate bullies. You hate bullies. Nobody likes bullies. And see, what sucks is it's hard to go to a teacher. Because if you go to the teacher and the teacher goes to that bully, guess what? That bully's gonna come at you 100 times harder. Plus, that's not how I was raised. My hood would never let me be no snitch. Me and my homies, we robbed a bank once. I got busted. Granted, it was on Grand Theft Auto. And yeah, I was only in jail for like 5 seconds, but still, I ain't no snitch. There was this kid, Jonathan. I was in 7th grade, he was in 9th grade. This dude would constantly harass me, flick my ear, pull chairs off from underneath me when I'm trying to sit, punch me in the shoulder. One day in the hall, this dude hit me so hard in the back of the head, I legit forgot where I was at. Everybody was laughing at me, like I was fighting back the tears. It was so embarrassing. I wanted to tell the teachers, but I ain't no snitch, okay? I did my nickel, and I ain't rat on nobody. And then halfway through the school year, we got this new kid named Austin. Austin was a pretty boy, and all the girls were in love with him. Jonathan ain't like that one bit. He took all that energy he was focusing on me and shifted it to Austin. After Jonathan stopped bullying me, like my mom would be driving me to school and I'd be like, "Do you smell that, Mom? Do you smell that? You know what that smell is? It smells like freedom." Today is where my book begins, and the rest is just unwritten. It felt so good to come to school and not be bullied. One day I step out into the hall after class, and Jonathan has Austin pinned up against a locker. And Austin's like, "If you hit me one more time, I'm gonna get my cousin to come over here tomorrow after school and kick your butt." And he goes to Robbinswood. We went to a private school, and Robbinswood was like the public school version of our private school. And private school teachers always use those scare tactics so you don't leave the private school and go to a public school. So we were all petrified of Robbinswood kids because of all the brainwashing. Jonathan wasn't buying his bluff. "I don't care. Get your cousin. Get your cousin and all his friends. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of him. I ain't scared of nobody." So the next day, school ends. I step out the gym and I see Jonathan sitting on the patio, and I'm like, let me just get comfortable. And then about 10 minutes later, guess who comes walking around the corner off the street? Yup, Austin. And guess who he's with? Yup, his cousin. And I'm like, oh dang, junk is about to get raw. I just see Austin's lips move, and then his cousin did like this power march toward Jonathan. And Jonathan steps away from the group and his face just turns white. As his cousin gets closer, he puts his hands up like, hey, listen, man, listen. His cousin doesn't say a word. Bow! No questions, son. Punched him right in his muffin. He was like, bam, ding, 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 ding. It was over. I wanted to run over and be like, boom, headshot, MLG Pro. Look at me, look at me. He is the captain now, okay? And you know, I thought that was it, like fight's over. But nah, he beat the crap out of Jonathan. And all of Jonathan's boys just stood around watching. Not one of them tried to help. I felt like I was watching Marvel vs. Capcom in real life. Like, he's throwing Jonathan up in the air. He's got assist characters coming in throwing lasers at him. He walked back over to Austin, and then I see Jonathan like limping toward him, and he goes, "Yeah, you better run." Probably not the smartest thing for Jonathan to say. Because then Austin's cousin turned around, ran back over to him, grabbed him by the hair, and then starts slamming his head into the wall over and over. And then he just walked off like nothing. Like his shirt wasn't even wrinkled. The next day at school, it looked like Jonathan had been neutered. He didn't talk to nobody. He sure as heck was not bullying Austin no more. He wasn't bullying me. He didn't bully anybody for the rest of the year. It almost seemed like he turned into a foreign exchange student who didn't know English. You know, he'd barely speak. Can somebody pass me an eraser, please? And that's it. If you're clowning somebody else at school, stop it. If you physically are touching or laying hands on somebody else at school, stop it. Let's just make this real simple, since a lot of bullies don't realize they're bullying people. Don't say or do anything to anybody that you wouldn't want them to say or do to you. That's it.